Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakrash. I want to give double honors to Apostle Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. And the mighty shalom and all the listeners, believers, stay rooted in his faith and truth. This is the brother Iowa from the Gary Branch, your Great Millstone. Lord, will come back again with another edifying video. Give me one moment. Give me one moment. Slack you. Slack, yeah. Dog was barking. Trying to go figure out what's going on with that. But today, we're gonna be going into pretty much because I was at work. Actually, let me get a backstory. I was at work, and as I was at work, I had this video I was playing, and it had took a clip from the movie Him, and he had pretty much asked him. He said, "What are you willing to sacrifice?" Now, if any of the brothers have seen the movie Him, the whole movie was going into the left hand side of what they make you go through in order to so-called achieve success in this world, right? So I was thinking of it in the righteous standpoint of what are you willing to give up? What are you willing to go through in order to get the Lord's love back, in order to get the kingdom, in order to get all of these different things the Lord has promised you, right? Are you willing to give up your life? Are you willing to give up your family? Are you willing to give up this world? What are you willing to sacrifice? All right. So I just wanted to go in the spirit of that because we're in those times, Aki, right? We understand we're in the last days and we understand that Jacob's trouble is fast approaching. All right. And all of these different tests the Lord are putting us through is in order to prepare us, man. Now, when you came into this truth, we have to account the cost, right? Actually, we can start with that since I mentioned it. Because you have to account the cost when you came into this truth, man. Understanding what you're really signing up for, right? Give me one moment. It is the book of Luke. All right. It says Luke 14 and 28. It says, "For which of you intending to build a tower sitteth not down first and accounteth the cost, whether he has sufficient to finish it?" All right, because you have to understand in this walk, you can't turn back. This is like one of those games where as you're going through the different obstacles, it's a certain door or trap right behind you, which is going to lead to death that's following you, right? And if you stop, you get hit. If you turn around, you get hit, right? So it's the same thing with this truth, man. There's no turning back, right? We understood that with who? Lot's wife, man. She was a statue, a monument of disbelief, understanding that the Lord had gave them an order, right? And what did she do? She turned back pretty much in the mindset of look what all I'm losing. I really don't want to leave. And that's a lot of people in this world, man. A lot of people want America to be healed. A lot of people don't have that vision to see the kingdom, right? That's coming. They say your salvation is nearer than what you believe. A lot of people don't see these things, man, but you have to understand that it's beauty in the story, man. Just like when they say, after every storm becomes a rainbow, right? You have to go through those hard times in order to get through good times, man. Okay. So it says, sitteth not down first and account of the cause, whether you have sufficient to finish it. Right? We didn't well, I'm not gonna say we, but a lot of people didn't understand when we first came in what the actual cost was. Was it called coming into this truth, man? But the more that you're supping with the Lord, the more that you're growing in this faith, you're starting to really understand that the cost is your life. Now we understand what? That in the book of Matthew, chapter 16, I believe verse 28, that it says any person that tries to save their life is gonna lose it, man. It says, Matthew 16:25 actually starts that. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it. Right? So you have to be willing to lose this temporal life, this thing that they so-called say is living. We know it's not living. Man, you're oppressed. You're living paycheck to paycheck. You're barely making enough to make ends meet. Food is defiled, water's defiled, these women are defiled. Everything is perverse in this world, man. It says, with much knowledge comes much sorrow. You're starting to see the disgustingness of this cancer that's been growing in America, man. Right? So if you're trying to save this life, well, what you have on this side, you're a fool, right? But it says, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it. So you have to be willing to account the cost like we were going into and be willing to give up your life. Why? Because it's the righteous thing to do, right? Ooh, so because that's the same thing the Lord did for us. Hold on. Is that Romans 12? I believe so. We're gonna come back to this. Well, why can't I type? Right? It says dedicated service, Romans 12:1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh, that you present your body a living sacrifice, man. Pretty much, what does that mean by a living sacrifice? You're not no longer putting your time towards these folly things in this world. You're not putting your time towards trying to make a dream of making it to the NFL, make a life in this world, going out to party, doing all of these different things that you were doing before you came into the truth, right? But no, now you're starting to change out certain things that you were doing in your life and doing what now? You're reading, you're fasting, you're supping with the Lord, you're making videos, you're what's it called? Meeting up with the brothers, doing different things that's pleasing the Lord, and it's the will of the Lord, man. Right? You gave up the whole life that you had in order to follow the Lord, just like the what's it called? Disciples did, man. What he said, I shall make you fishers of men, and they dropped their net straightway and followed the Lord. Right? That's the same stage you have to be in, man. But you have to be willing to understand that everything around you is temporary. Everything around you can be taken away at any moment, right? And these same things that they so-called give you are going to be the same thing they're going to tempt you with, man. I just did a lesson yesterday over the movie The Long Walk, pretty much going into pretty much going into the times to come. And I was even thinking about that at work because I was thinking about the movie The Long Walk again, and I thought about it on the right hand side. You have to understand that it says that this race isn't given to the swift, the strong, but what? The one that endures, man. This is a long walk, right? You have to understand that you have to be able to go through every fiery trial the Lord sends to you, right? And he said, what? I shall make a way out for you, roughly paraphrasing. It's going to be a long walk, man. Lifetime after lifetime, you've been going through different struggles, but it's all building you up, right? And this is the last time that we're going to be going through this life, man. Right? And the ultimate test is ahead of us. So you have to buckle up. Hey, what's it called? Gird up your loins like a man, right? What in the movie, the man said, let's cut it blank. Let's cut it straight to the point. Walk or die, right? So you're gonna either walk this straight path and Lord willing, get that blessing, or die. Because we understand the book of Matthew has told us is broad as the way that leads to death and destruction, right? But it's only one way into the kingdom of heaven. So we have to walk that straight path, narrow. What did it say? Fire on one side, water on the other, right? So it's the same thing that we're going through, man. It says, Romans 12:1 again, I says, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh, that you present your body a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto Yahweh, which is your reasonable service. Why isn't it your reasonable service? Why? Because you wronged the Lord. The Lord didn't wrong you, right? You wronged the Lord. So this is your way to get back in his good graces. Right. And then why also does your reasonable service? Who gave you the opportunity to even be able to get back in his good graces? Yahweh. I mean, Slakia, Yahweh Shai. Right. He gave up his life in order for you to get that opportunity now. So now it's only right. Right. If your brother gave up his life and gave you the opportunity to rule with him and get all of these different blessings, why wouldn't you do that, man? If you wrong somebody and the Lord gave you an opportunity, which we wrong the Lord, he gave you an opportunity to make it up to him. Why wouldn't you do that? Time and time again, he saved us lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. What do we keep doing? We kept going back. We kept doing things that were pissing the Lord off, right? What it say? Since it was your mind to turn away, it should be also your mind to seek the Lord 10 times more, right? Redeeming the times because the days are wicked. We seeing wickedness all around us in every which way, man. We're seeing the different traps that this Esau Edom is setting up in order to try to what's it called, catch you, man. All these different snares. What it says, the fowler. He's trying to catch you, man. Right, but the Lord is making provision in order for you to what's it called, keep moving forward. As long as you're doing what? Fighting, right? Making your body holy and acceptable, doing the things that please the Lord, examining yourself, understanding, okay, where am I going off? What can I be doing more in order to make my calling and election sure? Right? Let me go back to this Matthew so we can finish this up. It says Matthew 16 to 26. It says, for what is a man profit if he shall gain the whole world? Right? What you can gain this whole wicked world. But what if celebrities told you, I got to the top and it's not what I thought it would be? Or you got all of these different things by deceit or in a vain way, and now you're understanding that you can't go back. You signed your life away to him, and now why do these actors have all of these millions, but yet in their 60s are still doing all of these different goofy things? If you have all of that money, why wouldn't you just retire early? Because they can't, man. They wish they never did those things. They wish they could be in the steed that the Lord is putting you in, right? That opportunity in order to please him, that opportunity to make your call and election sure. So what if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? It's not worth it, man. Especially in a place where you understand that what did the Lord say? Everything shall meet its melting point and melt with fervent heat. You shall hear a noise going through the air. Them ICBM nuclear missiles like a whistle, an arrow that's shot not backwards. Right? We're seeing these things come to fruition now, and we read them time and time again. Understanding that these things, what it says, this is the very same time the Lord shall come back and visit the earth which he have made. When you start seeing these different things, right? So now we're seeing these different things. So we understand that what the Lord is starting to act upon that word that he told us was going to happen. So this is the time where you should be locking in more and more of ever, right? If you ever ran track and you're running a 400, you understand they tell you really the 400 is a sprint, but it's the 400 or a marathon, whichever one you want to use. They tell you to pace yourself. Right? Don't fall out. Don't try to come into this things too hot because you can fall out. You can get bugged out. Don't come into this thing too cold, right? Or you can fall out. But go at the pace the Lord wants you to go. Once again, it says it's not to the swift, not to the strong, but the one that endures. Right? So pace yourself so that you can finish the race. Right? That's the point. We want to finish this race, man. And we're seeing that finish line is around the corner. So what do they tell you in the in track, man? In the last 150 meters, hey, give it everything you got. So this is the time to be giving it everything you got, man. Cleaning your house more than you've ever cleaned, studying more than you've ever studied, putting up these epistles while you still have the opportunity, man. Praying, fasting, studying these prayers, because in that day it says wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, man. That's truly what's going to be able to get you through these different things, man. Trusting in the Lord. All these different things the Lord is putting you through is to build up your faith, right? But you have to be willing to make sacrifices, man. And that's what the Lord is trying to see. Are you willing to give up all of these different things? Understanding that what the Lord is going to give it back to you, man, tenfold. He already says, if you delight be scepters and different and thrones, first obtain wisdom. So now we're giving up all of that fun now, so that when the kingdom comes, we can have fun for eternity. Right? So we're not gonna be like the young rich ruler who didn't want to give up all of those different things. No, we understand, man. We see the bigger picture, but that's all through the blessing of the Lord that we see the bigger picture, man. And Lord willing, we continue to. All right, we're seeing everything being set up So that once they just say, hey, it's time to make this thing pop off, huh, we're not gonna bow down that knee, Lord willing. Right? We're not gonna bow down our knee. We're not gonna fall subject to the same things that these 2/3, Lord willing, not a part of that number, are falling to, man. No, we're gonna lean upon the understanding the Lord has given us, right? And understand how to move in those times, man. Right? Understanding that if hold on, let me get it. First John. I believe it's 12. No, 2. 2, 2, 2, 2. First John 2 and verse 15. It says, what does the heading say? Do not love the world. Right? Why? Because if you love this world, man, and you choose the world over the Lord, it's gonna be a bad ending for you. Can promise that. Says First John 2 and 15, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. Right? So if you feel like you can't give up this so-called this hot life, this so-called living or whatever they want to give it, hey man, the love of the Father is not in you, man. It just wasn't fit for you. This wasn't meant for you. Right? It says first John 2 and 16, for all that is in the world is the lust of the flesh. Right? You can't sit here and put the flesh in subjection. You're too busy. Anytime the flesh say it wants something, hey, what do? Okay. Okay. And it says in the lust of the eyes, any woman that you see, you feel like, hey, that woman can have a man, but what do you? Hey, the things I do to her, boy. Matter of fact, let me go try to get on that with her. Oh, she got a man? I don't care. He ain't my homie. All right, this is the mindset that wicked people have, man. Oh, he can't beat my ass. Like what? It says, and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of this world. So these are things that Esau Edom taught you, man. That's not what the Lord taught you. But see, you wouldn't know that because why? You don't what does it say? Thou does not read that Bible. Right? It says, and the world passeth away. So the things that you see as it is now is slowly and surely passing away. We're seeing the mirth of this world getting taken out, man. All right, people ain't having fun. What make America great again? America ain't getting great again, buddy. The world as you know it is done for. It says, in lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of Yahweh abideth forever. Right? So the Lord has promised you everlasting life. The Lord is promising you new bodies as long as you do what? Sacrifice, man. Sacrifice this life. Sacrifice this time now and sup with the Lord. And he's gonna give you everything. All right, my faithful and good servant. That's what you want to hear when he comes back, man. Seeing you what doing what what's it called, toiling, doing the work, right? That's what the Lord wants to see. In a world full of wickedness, he wants to, oh, that one's mine. He comes to a daycare, that ain't my child, that's my child. The one that's over there studying, the one that's over there doing what the Lord actually told him to do, right? Going to the highways and byways and prophesying, right? We're going to the highways and byways and prophesying. We're not at strip clubs. What's it called? Eating pork, mess with other men and women. We're not doing those things, man. I know for damn sure that brother's not going to be out there on Halloween. What's it called? Trying to bar crawl, dress up in costumes and all different type of things. See, it's the mindset, man. You gotta what is your mind on, man? All right, what are you thinking upon? All right, because if your mind, what it says, the light of the body is the eye. All right, let's get that because it has some meat before that too. Let's start at verse 19. Matthew 6:19. It says, lay not up for yourselves treasure upon earth, where moth and rust doeth corrupt. It says, and where thieves break through and steal. So don't put your treasures in this world, man, because everything is temporary. All right. Understanding already now that when you're putting your treasures on earth, all these different things, these cars, these houses, any type of jewelry, any that all that stuff can be taken away, man. They're already showing you they're applying that pressure, taking away Section 8, taking away EBT, taking away food itself from you. Right? They're showing you they're trying to make themselves to be a god to you, and they're saying pretty much, you want these things back, do as I say. All right, but if you follow in that path, you're only going to meet a nuke. Did not the Lord say the deceived and the deceiver are his? So they're going to be the nuke. You're going to be right there holding hands with them, mean a nuke. It says, but lay up for yourselves treasure in heaven, where neither moth nor rust do corrupt, where thieves do not break through and steal. So put your treasures in heaven, man. Right? Store up that spiritual bank account, man. So when that time comes, you can cash out. What it says, in my father's house are many mansions, and I would not have told you if it wasn't so. The Lord right now is getting things ready for you. All right, the most beautiful gift, something that we don't deserve, he's getting ready for you. So what should you be doing until he comes back and doing exactly what he asked you to do, man? All right, it's not grievous. It's not grievous at all. It says, for where your treasure is, there will your heart be also, your mind. Right. So if you're too caught up in this world, loving the world, that's where your mind is at, man. That's what your focus is on. You're not worried about the prophecies that's being what's it called, coming to pass. You're not staying diligent and watching the different things that they're implementing. No, you're too busy trying to figure out what's the next move, what's the next little quick little laugh or something that's happening in this world. All right. But see, you don't understand that you're on a sinking ship. You're in a car going off a cliff. It says, verse 22, the light of the body is the eye. If therefore in that eye be single, the whole body shall be full of light. So single doing what, man? You got to have tunnel vision in this truth, man. Focusing on the finish line. All right. Doing what you got to do in order to enter into the kingdom, man. It says, but if thy eye be evil, the whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness? All right. How deep is your wickedness? How deep is your lust? The Lord's gonna let you let you what's it called, go into those different things that you want, man. And then you're gonna see that, hey, this isn't actually what I want. And now it's gonna destroy you, right? You can't serve this world and the Lord, man. Because it says no man can serve two masters. Either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve Yahweh and Mammon. So the Lord and money, man. All right. If you're in this world and you're going down with this world, the Lord's not coming back to save those that don't feel like they need to be saved. Come back to save those that are whole. No, he's coming back to save those that are sick, the ones that are crying day and night to him, man. Asking for repentance, asking for him to come, asking him to crack that sky. That's what the Lord's coming back to. Right? So we got to keep our mindsets tunnel vision, man. All right. So let me get this. 2 Timothy 2 and verse 3. It says, thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua HaMashiach. You have to endure all these different trials and tribulations, man. All the different things that are coming to you to try to sift you out of this truth, man. You have to endure. Don't let them pull you out. Don't let no man take thy crown. All right. Use the tools the Lord is giving you in order to fight back. But he said, put on the whole armor of the Lord so you can fight the wiles of the devil. All of these different things that they're going to try to take you out with. You can combat with the spirit, combat with the truth. It says, no man that warreth entangle himself with the affairs of this life. You're not going to be entangled with these women, what's going on in the world today, all these different things. Because why? That's gonna mess up your mindset, man. You're a man at war. We're behind enemy lines. It's no time to be sitting here trying to, what's it called, live in the mirth and be a part of the high life. All right. This is time that we're supposed to be locking in, man. Understanding what's to come. It says that he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier. We're trying to please the Lord and make our calling and election sure. The Lord's given us a beautiful opportunity, man. So now what are we trying to do? We're trying to become that man that the Lord sees inside of us, man. Knocking off that dross, destroying that old man day by day, killing the boy so the man may grow. Right? These are the things that we're trying to do now. And in order to do those things, you have to sacrifice, man. You have to give up certain things in this world, man. Certain things that are hindering you from becoming that full potential of yourself. Right? Did it not say if that eye offendeth thee, pluck it out, or that arm? It continued on and on, but it says get rid of it now and enter into the kingdom main. It's better to enter the kingdom main than die on this side, man. Right? So I didn't mean to make this video. I don't want to make it long, but the whole point, man, is what are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to give in order to make it, man? All right. There's two sides to that coin. You got the righteous side, you got the wicked side. Lord willing, you know what side to choose, man. And continue to endure in this truth, man. Continue to grow, continue to pray, and do the things that please the Lord. Because the Lord's not one to forget thy righteous labor of love, man. All right. You have to believe. You have to believe that he's a rewarder of them that do righteousness. Right? Isn't that what it says? So continue to have faith, man. The faith of a mustard seed. Continue to water it so that it may grow. So in that time when things do pop off, hey, you can cash out, buddy. Just like in movie The Hunger Games, man. What did they have? They had sponsors. The Lord is our sponsor. And when things got hard, what happened in the Hunger Games? They needed him. The sponsor had sent them a care package or made provision. The Lord gonna do the same thing. So you gotta have faith, Akim. So with that, I want to give all praise and glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakodash. Double honors again to Apostle Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. Shalom Akim Kwam Yasharala. Abba Babal, Chemotherapy 2025. Soon.